Holy cow. All right. Holy cow. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I cannot believe the Mavs just won Game 5. All right, let me make sure the chat's working because I want you to chat it up. I know I got 4 in here. So give me some chats here. And oh my God, guys. This dude, not me. This dude. Oh my God. Luka is a basketball god. I don't know if people understand how great of a player we're watching. He's one of the greatest freaking players I've ever seen. 31 of our 37 baskets, Luka. 31 of 37 baskets, Luka either made or assisted on. That is freaking incredible. And the tough thing is, and I'm going to get to the chat, man. I see them coming in. Thank you guys so much for joining me and chatting up with me. Is when Luka had 40 and 12, I believe, going into the fourth quarter. I was at a buddy's house. That's why I had to start a little bit late here. I'm like, he either needs to get 50 points or 20 assists. And he probably won't get either. He'll probably be in between, something like 46 points and like 17 assists. Is like, if we're going to win, I'm thinking he needs to score 6 to 8 points in the fourth quarter, and he needs to probably have about 4 or 5 assists for us to win the game. And he had 2 points, 2 assists, and we still won. And a lot of credit to Dorian Finney-Smith. I was listening to the TNT broadcast on the car ride home, and Luka gave huge props to Dorian Finney-Smith and his defense. You got a couple turnovers there, and KP hits a big 3. Yeah, I'll get to it. I saw some of the KP stuff on the side there. I don't want to crush KP, the Ghost. I do like that nickname for him, the Ghost. But Luka throws the ball 1,000 miles an hour. I don't know if people understand this either. And I'm not like an NBA basketball player, but when Luka had to throw that pass to KP, he threw it as hard as he possibly could because he knew if I'm going to get KP this look, I can't throw a normal pass because he's going to pass up the shot or it's going to be too contested. But if I throw it 100 miles an hour and he catches it, he's going to be open. And he made the perfect pass, and KP hit the huge, huge, huge shot right there. And then, guys, I saw you were going to vomit. Somebody put I was going to vomit at 101 to 100. I just felt like, oh, no. Like, these are the horrible growing pains. And we might still go through them. I'll get to that in a minute. But, you know, you just think, oh, God, these are the growing pains you go through going through NBA playoffs. I mean, how many times did we want to throw up and vomit during the Dirk era that you're just like, I can't believe we lost this game. I can't believe we gave up that lead. I can't believe when they did this, we couldn't do that. And when you were up by 10 points with under 2 to go and they go on a 9-0 run in 1 minute, I'm just thinking to myself, oh no. And then Luka makes a bad pass. I love Luka is a basketball god, but that was a bad pass to Kleba. That was a good steal by Terrence Mann, and luckily Terrence Mann panicked for no reason. I can't remember who made the pass. It might have been Batum. It might have been Rondo. He makes the pass to Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann drives baseline. Luka can't block his shot. He can't really contest it, and he doesn't foul him, and he makes it a difficult layup instead of either going hard to dunk or just laying it in off the backboard because Luka can't get that high. And then Batum gets the rebound, and then we get the rebound, and Tim Hardaway Jr., yes! How many threes did he make that were big? Yes! And then most importantly, do you guys remember last year? He never made those 2 free throws in the end. Always, I'm sitting there with my buddy, I'm like, man, he always just makes one of these. Sometimes he misses them both, and he made both. And then Dorian Finney-Smith makes it difficult on Kawhi and Josh Richardson, you know, not doing much. I get it. But, man, that dude is nails at the line to ice a game or to win a game for us. So I'm going to get to the chat now. And guys, wow. Okay, so let's get to here. Austin, why does KP look lost 90% of the time? I don't know. I call him the ghost now because he has disappeared. And luckily, he had the huge shot, the huge three-pointer. I can't discount that. So from Oswaldo, Powell brought some energy tonight. Yes, Dwight Powell. Yes, I mean, Rick did not feel confident playing him in this series, and he's limiting his minutes. We saw at times, getting rebounds. Zubac can dominate him at times. And that foul that he had against Kawhi there when we were up by 4 points and he gives the uncontested layup with just the soft reach in. I was like, oh no, what a learning lesson for a young team in the playoffs. And luckily it didn't hurt us, but Dwight Powell's energy and some of the rebounds that he got and just, the putback dunk on a rebound, another like pump fake, easy, I think layup or dunk, like just going off the top of my head. Powell played his role perfectly tonight. What he did in his limited minutes, he did it well. Smith was the MVP. Yeah, Dorian Finney-Smith, you can't say Ryan. You can't say he's the MVP. A dude had 31 of our 37 shots. A dude made or gave us 31 of 37 shots in a basketball game. We made 6 shots without Luka doing it. We made 6 shots without Luka doing it. That being said, Ryan, I hear where you're coming from because Dorian Finney-Smith, his defense, and he did make a 3. I can't remember when, but I remember it was a pretty big 3 with, I'll say, under 5 to go because with just under 7 minutes to go, I was getting a little bit frustrated because Luka makes 2 perfect passes to Tim Hardaway Jr. and to Dorian Finney-Smith. I believe in that order, wide open in the corner. You can't ask for an easier look, and they missed them both. And I'm just like, watching last night, Jokic made those passes last night, and all the Denver Nuggets, it felt like. I know that Porter had one of them, and I can't remember the other guys that made them, but like every time Jokic made that corner pass, I would say 4 out of 5 times they made it. It was like automatic. Jokic set them up perfect. They made it. Tonight, luckily, Porzingis made his, late in the game, and Tim Hardaway Jr. had a big three-pointer from deep from Dorian Finney-Smith when he kind of tripped. But those 2 passes with under 7 minutes to go, I was like, dang, man, I mean, you can't ask for a better look as Clippers were chipping into our lead. Let's see. Victor Mendez, I'm bad luck for the Mavs. The 2 games they lost was because I watched the game. Today I didn't, and they won. Victor, don't watch Friday night. I love you. And if you love the Mavs, I know that would be almost impossible, but I wore this game too. I wore the 80s Mavs Luka shirt. Game 2, I didn't wear. Game 3, I was at the game, so I had the all-in Dallas. Game 4, I just wore a Dallas Maverick logo T-shirt. I went back to this for Game 5, and we won. Oh man. Should the Mavs, this isn't from the chat, and I know this is sarcastic, and I might text a few of the people that I know with the Mavericks, should they forfeit home court advantage for Game 6 and just say we want to play in LA Sunday night? Let's just play in LA. Because Dallas has not been kind to us for 2 years, and obviously in this playoff series, LA plays their best basketball here. We play our best basketball there. One more win. Can we get one more win? Can we do it? I'll tell you a big thing too. Noah Perez says I miss Seth Curry. Jay Rich only played 6 minutes tonight. I know Seth Curry had a tremendous game to close out the series for Philadelphia tonight. I get it. Seth Curry brings a skill set that Jay Rich doesn't have. Jay Rich has a skill set that Curry doesn't have. It has not worked out anywhere close to the way I thought it would. But it is what it is. I don't think that trade has helped us or hurt us much this year. Vaughn coming in, Dominguez, yes. Man, so many. Luka going for 19 points in the first quarter to set the tone. I mean, he had 27 and 8 at halftime. That's an all-star. Do you know, this is like how Luka's blowing my mind. Do you know if you average 27 and 8 in the playoffs, you're a Hall of Famer. You're considered a top 40 player in the history of basketball. If you average 27 points and 8 assists per playoff game, and I think he had 4 rebounds or 3 rebounds at half. I can't remember if it's 3 or 4, but if a human being goes 27, 8, and 4 in a playoff game, and that's what his average is, he's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the 50 greatest players in NBA basketball history, and he had that at halftime of this game. And I know the second half wasn't as pretty for him, and how many in-and-out shots did he have in the fourth quarter where it's just and then it bounce out. Sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way. Luckily, they bounce our way for the win. And Luke, I don't know if you heard him after the game, said I played horrible in the fourth quarter, and he gave a lot of credit to Finney-Smith for that. KP did hit some big shots, but it's like you said, it is what it is. I'll tell you another thing too, and I haven't seen this on the text right here, guys, is how about Rick Carlisle? How about Rick Carlisle going with Boban and zone and kind of daring the Clippers to shoot 3-pointers? And Tyronn Lue in the postgame just said they were leaving us open for 3 so we wouldn't take it to the basket on them. And he kind of was saying we fell for it a little bit. We fell for the zone, and we fell for let's just shoot some outside shots. Reggie Jackson hit 6 3-pointers tonight. Obviously, Paul George hit some early. That's what I forgot to say. The foul trouble. Paul George, I talked about this on 105.3 The Fan. I did not predict us to win. I predicted 106-102 was my score for the Clippers today on the radio. So I'm super excited. I didn't see a win coming for us. I thought we'd be very competitive, but when Paul George picked up his 4th foul with about 6 minutes left in the third quarter, the Mavs go on a 25-5 run. So as much as we can play off P, and I get it. He has not been good in his career, but play off P getting his 4th foul and getting out of the game, and Luka just being, Luka, put us on a 25-5 run to end the third quarter, and that pretty much won the game. If the Clippers and LeBron get knocked out in the first round, the West is wide open. Oswaldo, I hear you. I think the West is wide open no matter what. Hopefully the Mavs are part of it, but if the Clippers were to beat us or the Lakers were to beat Phoenix, I do think it's wide open. Utah, to me, is the best team. I know they're the 1 seed, but they can be beat. You look at Denver. I think Portland's going to win tomorrow night, and that's going to go to a Game 7. So when you look at this, I do think it's wide open, no matter, even if the Lakers and the Clippers get advance. I do think they're both beatable teams this year because of injuries to the Lakers and the Clippers. You just don't know what's going to happen. Walker MX Mike says IU rock, but I think just you rock. So thank you so much, Noah. Phoenix looked really good the other night. Yeah, look. LeBron had to play with I won't say that. I'm not going to take the Mavericks one. I'm not going to say that, even though I believe it. I'm not going to say it. Do you think Carlisle would bench KP? Jonathan, I'm glad you just brought that up. No, but Rick Carlisle, man, maybe I just went away from this point. That guy's amazing. That guy is amazing. He kind of said after Game 4, I'm a little bit limited with what I can do because, let's face it. For the most part, he does have right now bench players. Somebody put Jay Rich played 6 minutes. I didn't know he played 6 minutes. I thought he played a little bit more than that, but he went to Boban. And he went small ball, and they beat us consecutive games in a row. He's like, I'm going to go to Boban. And a lot of people said that was a panic move when he did it in Game 4, when he went to him off the bench. And that move helped us win this game. Going to zone, playing Boban. Boban, through 3 quarters, I believe, was our second leading scorer with 9 points. I think he had 9 and 6 after 3, which was our second best player on the stat sheet. Obviously, Tim Hardaway Jr. offensively was our second best player. Honestly, Luka was our first, second, and third best player, but Hardaway's second. Offensively, defensively, I think Dorian Finney-Smith was our MVP defensively for us tonight. Colby just puts Luka. Yes, Luka. My God, Luka. Stuff like Joseph saying, would Rick leave for Boston? No, he's here. There's a lot of, I don't know Rick, but I have a great idea that he's set here for a while. Let's see. Coming in hot and heavy here. I like this. Okay. Luka looked much like Mavs are +8. Like as the game got closer, it was 7, then 7.5. Tonight he called me up an hour or two before tip. He's like, hey, it's at 8. And I said, I get the money's coming on the Clippers, but I just think we're going to be competitive and it's going to be a close game. I said, I think we're going to lose, but I think it's going to be a really close game. And thank God for Terrence Mann not laying that ball up. Terrence Mann, woo, he's a young guy, second-year player, just like when Luka made the pass to Kleba and it got intercepted. I was just like, it stinks, but these are things you learn from when you lose more than when you win. And luckily the Mavs win and take a huge lead. Powell was huge for energy and athleticism. Yes. I think that's Jack coming in. Yes. Dorian Finney-Smith was the MVP. We knew if Luka was healthy, he would get his. Christopher, yes and no. Dorian Finney-Smith was the MVP on defense. Luka had 31 of 37 baskets in this game where they tried everything to mess him up. And he scored 90% of our baskets by either assist or by points. That is freaking amazing. Yes, Dwight Powell coming in with some huge rebounds. Chris, totally agree. Let's see. Coach Sheed says, okay, so what will the summer look like since we have you here? We still have to win one more game. And, we have 4 hours of radio. So sometimes we do bring up, who could we trade KP for? What could we do with free agent money or this and that? But right now, guys, I don't want to answer like, what are we going to do in the offseason? We're 1 win away from our first series victory in a decade since we beat the Miami Heat in the NBA Finals. It's a long time in the NBA not to win a series, a playoff series. So I'm just thrilled right now, and we can lose it, right? I mean, I'm going to be honest, just like when it was tied at 2 and it looked horrible, I was like, things have happened. I went over it today on the show with KNC Masterpiece. Is the Clippers won Game 4 last year against the Nuggets, holding them to 85 points. I believe it was 96-85 was the final. So they're up 3-1. The Clippers look like they figured out Denver. Denver can't score anymore. They're not going to be able to do anything. They're up 3-1. They just have to win one more game. Then they give up 111 and 111 and then get blown out in Game 7. I don't know why the Clippers are like that. Ultimately, we can talk about, their energy, their attitude, their leadership, their all this. But for some reason, the Clippers can give it back to you if you can play good basketball and want it enough. And tonight, I don't know if I'm going to ask a question. Do you feel like the Mavs stole this game? The Clippers kind of gave us this game? I mean, to me, it was just the greatness of one of the greatest players I've ever seen in my life, Luka Doncic. And, respect Kobe, rest in peace, Kobe. But, if Kobe knows he has to score to set the tone in the first half, and he would do that plenty of times in a playoff game, right? I mean, Kobe would just go off to start a game, and they're like, oh, my God. But at halftime, he would have, 27 points and 2 assists because he was just, I'm going to score. I'm going to be the scorer. I'm going to be the scorer, and somebody's going to have to assist me. I can't score and assist. I can't score 30 at halftime and almost get 10 assists at halftime. And Luka's like, I'll do both. I'm disappointed with how I played. I'm disappointed with the shoulder injury. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go off for pretty much a 30-point double-double to start the game. My God. Jonathan, do you feel like the LA Clippers would be our toughest opponent in the entire West? That's a great question. I think Utah is a great team. They won by 30 or so tonight. I never watched a second of it because they scored almost 50 in the first quarter, and I wasn't changing away from the Mavericks. But I think it gets tougher from here. I don't think if you're thinking it gets easier, We have to win one more. It's not a certain thing to win one more. But if the Mavs can win one more and they take on Utah, I think Utah is tougher and better than the LA Clippers. So I don't think it gets easier in my opinion. AAC is going to be electric on Friday. Yvonne, yes. I'll tell you what, I don't want to boo Rondo. Don't boo Rondo. That's my chant. Don't boo Rondo. Don't boo Rondo. Because he feeds off of that. Where's he played best in this series? Did he play awesome tonight? Did Rondo play awesome tonight? Did they have to take him out because he was not a negative player? I don't want to say a negative player, but at times, like they're like, dang, they're attacking Rondo. Luka's attacking Rondo, and it's kind of costing us. We have to put in Terrence Mann. And I just think Rondo is such a competitor and loves the anger energy and loves the hate. The boos get him going to play his best basketball. There's no way I can tell 17,000 people, don't boo Rondo, because, I know he quit on us when we played the Rockets, but I think booing Rondo is a horrible idea. I think we almost need to, cheer him because he played great in Dallas and had a rough game tonight. Terrence Mann is a walking foul. Yeah, he is, Jock, but he's a really nice young player, plays tough, I was going to be really mad if they called a flagrant on Boban because when he turns, that's where the dude's head is. He's 7'3" to 6'4". When you're a foot taller, I don't know, supposed to take the ball like this. I guess when you get the ball and you turn, you got to reach it up and like this to not have it. But, it is what it is. Luckily, they didn't call any technical fouls or anything there. Love Maxey getting physical early. Yes, Austin, I think, the role players, for the most part, did their job. What's tough is I include Porzingis as a role player. He didn't. Porzingis, the ghost. But he made the huge shot when we needed the huge shot. So, Porzingis is what he is. I think we're learning. He is just a guy on a basketball team, and in the regular season, he's more than a guy. He's pretty good when he plays 60% of the time. But Powell, Kleba, Brunson didn't do much tonight. I know he had that big bucket at the free throw line off of a Luka assist. What do you know? A Luka assist. But Brunson is limited because he's not fast and he doesn't have the moves that Luka has. And I'm not, Brunson is a solid player, but they're just putting a bigger guy on him. They're putting Batum on him, and he can't really do much because Batum is as fast or faster than he is when it comes to agility. And so Brunson's kind of, he needs to play in this series to give Luka rest, but there's not much he can do unless they're going to put I don't know, Patrick Beverly ain't going to play. So maybe, Reggie Jackson, he could take advantage of something there. Do you think Ty Lue tries to counter Rick's Game 5 moves or continues going small? That's a great question. After losing 2, Ty Lue makes a big adjustment. Then after losing 2, Rick makes a big adjustment. What's the next adjustment? It sounds like, if you heard any of the postgame from Tyronn Lue, it sounds like he's going to tell them don't settle for threes because they're playing zone. So I would expect in Game 6 for the Clippers to try to attack the zone through drives and not through threes. Now, maybe they attack the zone and then they kick it out for a three. But I would say his major adjustment will be we're not going to let them win when they play zone because we won. When we played zone, the Mavericks pretty much won those minutes of zone minutes. I feel like we match up best against Utah. I can disagree with that, but that's just an opinion, right? Your opinion's as good as my opinion when it comes to that. That's from Go PX Dallas 214. Man, thanks for joining. Got 60 in the live right now. I'm going to go for another 5 minutes just reading these. I'm just ecstatic. There's no way. How can you sleep? How can you, how are we supposed to go to sleep after this? How am I supposed to wake up? Really? Well, waking up, how am I supposed to go to sleep? And then I'm just on cloud nine. Patrick Morgan, it says we can play Burke more to get more shot creation and give Luka a break. We can't give Luka a break. That ain't going to work, Christopher. You saw Did you see Rick Carlisle? I was watching the TNT broadcast. My buddy at his house doesn't have Bally Sports, so I watched TNT. And with 9 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the game, so Luka got a 2-minute and 20-second rest. He's like, can't do it. We can't do it. I can't blow this 14-point lead. It's down to 10. All they did was score 4 more points in, 2 more minutes. But he's like, I can't do it. I saw this happen in game 3, up 28-11. I went back and watched that run. So it was 28-11 when Luka came out. Brunson makes a layup as a substitution to make it 30-11. And then they go on the huge run. And he's just like, I can't do it. I can't let them go on a run like this. You think Boban should get at least 15 minutes next game? That's tough to say how many minutes. It's like, how effective can we be in the zone, and how effective can Boban be getting just those passes from Luka that are just almost perfect almost all the time. Just when he needs to throw it up soft to a guy for him to perfectly catch it, he does. When he needs to throw 100 miles an hour to KP in the corner, when he needs to throw the cross-court corner pass, the guy's one of the greatest basketball players in basketball history. We're watching arguably a top 10 basketball player in the history of basketball right now, and it's so fun to watch. Nick K, they always rush plays when Luka is out. They need to slow down the game and let Luka rest. It's tough because, Nick, there's not very good dribblers and passers on this team. We don't really have another guy who's a shot creator, and that's why I know I'm sorry if it's Nick who brought this up or not, but about Burke. Burke is somewhat, he's a creator for himself. The reason that he was released out of the NBA and nobody wanted him anymore is because he's so little. And they're like, you need to be a guy who can help other players get shots plus get your own. And Burke is like, I know he might not say it, but Burke's like, I can't get shots for other people. I didn't get shots for other people at Michigan when I was good there, and I couldn't get them in Utah for people. I couldn't get them in Philadelphia for people, and I couldn't get them in a couple other places I played in the NBA for people. What I can do is I can somewhat create a shot for myself. And, that's who Trey Burke is, and I just don't think we should slow it down. I would love for more ball movement when Luka is out, for the ball to touch more people's hands quickly. But that means that the guys on the court have to be able to dribble and pass. And that's not one of our strengths as our team. That's why Luka does everything for this team. I think at halftime, is there any human who's ever been asked to do more than Luka, especially on the offensive side of the ball? And I don't think there is. Obviously, Harden comes close in Houston with what he was doing there for a while. Let's see. Rick pulled that zone out perfect thing just like in 2011. That's true. He did it in 2011. This is just interesting because we did practice it in 2011 in the regular season. And I don't know. I watched most of the games. I don't recall us going to a lot of Boban and Porzingis on the court at the same time running zone. I don't think we ever did it. And I think Rick pulled something out that there is no film on. There was at no point could Tyronn Lue or the Clippers prepare for, they're going to play Boban and Porzingis and go to zone in game 5. And that's why Rick is a genius, and that's why he's one of the best basketball coaches on the planet. Not a break, just take the pressure off of him. Patrick saying take the pressure off of him. Yeah, Carlisle learned his lesson from game 3. I hear you. I would like Mark Cuban. I don't know if you guys heard the interview, but we had Mark Cuban on 6 weeks ago before the playoffs started, about a month before the playoffs started. And we asked him, and he said their goal in the offseason, one of them is to take pressure off of Luka having to do so much offensively. So I do think they're going to try. And he kind of hinted towards they would be interested in DeMar DeRozan. I don't know how realistic that is, how much money he's going to get, if he wants to even be in Dallas, all kinds of things go into that. But it sounded like he was hinting towards like a DeMar DeRozan in the offseason could be a possibility for the Mavericks. William, thanks for the response. Tolo, man, thanks for coming in here and hanging with me. If you can hit that subscribe button. I know a lot of my stuff is on sports cards, but I'm going to try to do more stuff like this too. I'm going to do a lot more lives too. Coming up. Can't wait to hear you guys tomorrow. Neither can I, because I don't know if I'm going to have any sleep. I'd like to start the show now and just do 5 straight hours or 4 straight hours of Mavs. I think a huge aspect, this is from Jonathan, I think a huge aspect of this game was the zone, yes, seemed to slow the game down and play at a better pace for the Mavs, yes. I think another huge thing was when, I can't remember who drew it, the foul. It might have been, it was an offensive foul. It was Tim Hardaway Jr. If my brain's working right now. He got the fourth foul on Paul George when he pushed off to get space. And he sold it, and Paul George did it, but you have to sell it. And he sold it, and he got it. And that was the game-changing moment because it's 72-69. I remember this. At 72-69, the Clippers call a timeout because we'd gone on just a mini run. I don't know if it was a 4-0 run or 5-0 run. And so Tyronn Lue's like, let's call a timeout. We're a little bit fatigued here. And then at the end of the quarter, I believe it was 89-75. So they're up 72-69. They call a timeout. And at the end of the quarter, they score 3. And we score 20, if I have that right in my head, losing 72-69 at the end of the quarter. We're winning 89-75. That is pretty awesome, Jacques. Jacques, don't come in with Cowboy stuff right now. The Cowboys get plenty of time. I know you're LOL, but let's see. Callum Rodriguez, do you like Luka driving and going for the fadeaway twos late in the game, or do you think he should have tried to spread it even though he was hot tonight? So I think, Callum, thank you for coming in with this. I talked about this in the regular season, and this was before he kind of at the free throw line. I believe he's just 2 for 2 tonight from the line if I have my free throws right. I don't have a box score pulled up. Luka with under 2 minutes does not like going to the free throw line, not only in this series, but in the regular season. So he does fade away from contact late in a game in those under 2 minutes because he does not like shooting free throws with the game on the line. So he does do that. And I'll say this, they were just in and out. You know what it reminded me of? Those nights where Dirk had a good night, but not a great night. And Luka had a tremendous night tonight. But the shots, they just rattled in and out. Like, you're like, it's going in. And then it'd pop out after, hitting the rim like 2 or 3 times. And that's what I felt like with Luka tonight. A lot of his late looks, they're contested, but they're shots that he makes. They just went in and out. And luckily the Mavs were still able to hold on with him only getting 2 points and 2 assists in the fourth quarter. I would have never guessed you could win that game going into the fourth. Let's say Luka's going to get you 2 points and 2 assists. I'd be like, we blew it. We blew it, and they probably won by more than 5 points if that's all Luka got for us. But defense came through. Dorian Finney-Smith, some huge plays. Like people said, Powell, huge plays. I don't remember Porzingis making any huge defensive plays. I believe he had a couple of defensive rebounds, but the huge 3 there. And Hardaway Jr. had a big 3-point shot, the free throws. So great job by the Mavs tonight. I'm just so ecstatic that we won. I think it is 12:39 here, so I probably need to try to start settling down. I'll give it till 1 or 2 more questions. What do you know about – I don't know that. Let's see. Stick with the Twin Towers for Game 6? Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to start the same lineup. It won't be as a shocker. Now, there's one day. The Clippers are going to have to get on a plane tomorrow and fly. And then go over this and shoot around tomorrow and just through meetings tomorrow. But, yeah, they're probably going to do a better job of attacking, let's be honest. Just like the Mavs had a game plan against small ball, they're going to have a game plan against our Twin Towers and zone defense. So hopefully it still works. I'm sure Rick will try to make a few adjustments to maybe make the game a little bit unpredictable, but that was a great job by Rick. Rick deserves a lot of credit for this win, guys. Do you like Porzingis at the 4? I don't really like Porzingis, but he did make a huge 3-point shot. So that was awesome. Why do people undersell Luka's defense? You know what? Patrick, thank you. He says he plays slightly above average D on elite players when it counts. I can go with you there, Patrick. At least average. That he's not below average on defense. He's one of our 5 best defenders. I know people, and we're not a great defensive team, but he is not bad defensively. as a one-on-one guy, and he's a great rebounder. I mean, he's 6'7" and he almost averages 10 rebounds a game. So I think that's going to end it. Richardson was clutch with those free throws. Yes, he was, Andy, once again. Jay Rich isn't doing what I expected this season, or, obviously throughout the season. I didn't expect a lot in the playoffs watching him play the season, but he is clutch at the free throw line. Defense stepped up huge, and Kawhi kind of choked. Yvonne, yeah, that's where I'm like, did we steal this? Did we take it? Did they lose it? I'm sure if you're a Clippers fan, which there's not many of you, you're probably like, yeah, we blew it. We lost it. In fact, the Mavs kind of helped give it to you there late, and Terrence Mann didn't take the layup. Thank God Terrence Mann didn't take that layup. Now, we would have called a timeout, and we would have been down by 1 with a chance to win the game. But that would have been tough to overcome if they make a layup with approximately 10 seconds. I can't remember what the time is there. There might have been 15 seconds because I know Kawhi caught the ball, and when he missed, there was about 4.5 when Richardson went to the line. So, all right, can you imagine? Last one, Jonathan. I know it's tough to stop reading this and quit having fun with you guys and girls, but can you imagine if Luka closed out his first playoff series win with a double bang shot, Jonathan? I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope we're up by 5 or 6 and we're shooting free throws to finish it off, but that would be incredible. This was incredible, guys. This was so awesome. Thank you for joining me on the live. Have a great night's sleep if we can settle down, if we can get this adrenaline rush to settle down and to get some sleep. Love you guys. Love the Mavs. We're watching a basketball god. We are watching one of the greatest of all time, and I'm enjoying it. I'll see you tomorrow, KNC Masterpiece. I think we're till 1:30. I think the Rangers have a home game tomorrow, or a day game tomorrow. So love you guys. Talk to you hopefully Friday night celebrating a series victory. Bye-bye.